Okay, today we're going to talk about sick plants. Sometimes sick people have sick plants. Maybe, maybe not. What I have in front of you is a peace lily, which, as you can tell, is not a super healthy specimen. It has much to be desired. Well, how did it get this way? Generally, people lose a lot of houseplants every year, and the common maladies are generally overwatering or underwatering. But generally, they don't think about the poor little plant and having to sustain that plant in a little environment that's captive in a container. So this plant, even though you can't see it very well, has a buildup of salt concentration around the edges of the plastic. And again, all of this salt is derived from the water that you get out of the tap, because water treatment plants use calcium and various other compounds to clarify the water. So you have a mineral content in all of the water that goes into these plants, and the plant merely has the evaporation of pure water, leaving the mineral salts behind, and the plant has to work to get minerals. So when the mineral content finally builds up so high, the plant is in super distress. Now, I've always preferred terracotta pots because they can absorb water and give a buffering scenario. And again, looking at this pot, you can tell that the plant that was in this pot suffered a bad demise because of all of the salts that happened to be in the soil, and also was absorbed into the terracotta clay. So again, to salvage this plant, it's fairly easy. Again, you have to remove it. I would advise, if you have house plants, that you change out the soil. If you use tap water, change out the soil once a year. That way you can maintain the plant, which is vigorous and a little bit healthy. And we're going to split this out. So we've got a nice individual plant here. Again, we can make 2 or 3 plants out of this one. We're going to take one from here. So the old soil I will discard. Again, I will take some brand new potting soil, and in fact, we're not going to use this. We're going to use another container which is fairly clean. Again, there's an easy way to clean pots too if you want to clean terracotta clay pots, and that is taking them and soaking them in a weak acid solution. And I have used a little bit stronger acid, such as muriatic acid, which they use for cleaning bricks. In about a 5-gallon bucket, put a cup of muriatic acid in. Always add the acid to the water, and then let my pot soak. Many people just discard terracotta pots because they're fairly inexpensive, but if you're frugal Fred like me, I try to save them and reconstitute them. I've got one pot that I've had from my grandmother's house, and my grandmother passed away in 1973. So I do tend to save pots. But again, this plant will be nice and healthy, and I've given it a brand new life. Essentially, we've changed out the soil, and you can tell he's smiling, he's happy, and the plant's going to be in good shape. So with that, if you're having difficulty with your house plants, first thing you need to look at is how long have they been in the soil. If they've been in there for a couple of years and you've been using regular tap water to water those plants, you can finally see a crust building up on the side, and that's going to impact how the plant's able to do nutrient exchange. Again, they have to be able to pick up ions from the soil. Again, that is their food. And if they can't, the salt's too high, the plant's going to die. So watering, too dry, again, changing the potting soil, you'll have good, happy plants if you've got the right environment. Again, people have also asked, well, how wet is too wet? Most house plants, if you stick your finger in there and feel some moisture, you're generally okay. But that is our little bit of knowledge expansion for today. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.